This call is being recorded.
All right, all right. Hey, good morning. Happy new decade. Happy New Year. This is Coach 100K helping you make six figures in this industry. Guys, we're so excited to be here in 2020. That's right. We know that people talk about 2020 being great vision, and we have to have great vision. Without a vision, people perish. And so we're excited to help you be the best you can be in this industry. And so, my goodness, well, what a great time. I know many of you had great watch services, and I know you brought the year in just where you wanted to be. Now it's time to go to work. It's time to make this year the year you said it would be. One thing about great explosion is being able to chart your course, charting your course of what you want to do, and then periodically taking time to measure your success. See, it's really good to have measurable results in reasonable time. Measurable results in reasonable time. That's the key to success. You want to have a goal, then you want to measure your success, and you want to measure it and hit the goal. Okay. So, guys, with that being said, let's hit our goal this year, our first call of the new year. And I'm excited to hear what our coach, our leader, our mentor has to say to us as we take over for Jehovah. All right. So let's go and bring on our international global trainer. This guy needs no introduction to us. He's the breakthrough specialist, guys. I'm telling you, he spends his life helping people break through what once seemed to be unbreakable. And so we thank God for him. He and his wife said they're going to inspire others even after they have expired. And so we thank God for our international global trainers as well as Crown Six here at Shop Fremont. Dr. Breakthrough, it's breakthrough time. Shark, shark.
Shark. Hey, man. Well, God bless you. Thank you, Coach 100K. Man, I listened to the recording. You crushed that thing, man. Oh, my goodness. Those are powerful nuggets, man, and so incredible story as well. Weaved in with those powerful nuggets, and if folks didn't get blessed from that, their blesser is broke. I mean, that was just incredible. So thank you. And I think that'll take some folks and empower them to make this year a year of just incredible things. And so, again, I want to say, I tell you, we had such a great time with Apostle Burrell. Matter of fact, I'm so excited. I just decided this morning, my prayer time, I'm going to hit Crown 7. We might as well do this new decade right. Come on, somebody. So I was going to take a break for a while, but 6 is like the number man. 7 is the number complete. So we got to go on now. Come on, somebody. So, hey, this is it. This is the year. This is the decade. And time to get extra fired up, fixated, and focused. I'll give you this daily attitude to get you in the right frame of mind. Because, again, you know, we talk about that flat tire. Like I said, I hadn't had a flat in 30 years. I told you the other day on the way down to preach for Apostle Burrell, we had a flat tire. I was like, oh, my goodness. And I tell you what, it was crazy. But we got it done. And so, anyway. All righty. Well, listen, let's, again, this daily attitude adjuster. So, wow, what a great day to be alive. I feel dynamite. I like me. I accept me. I love me. I'm going to have a super fantastic day today because I'm too blessed to be depressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too glad to be sad. Too anointed to be disappointed. Too elated to be agitated. Too grounded to be confounded. Too saved not to be getting paid. Circumstances lining themselves in my favor. I'm healthy, physically fit, and intellectually equipped. I have wisdom far beyond my years. I'm an extraordinary person with incredible abilities, which I will use to add value to others' lives. Knowing that as I help others reach their dreams, I will automatically reach my own. I anticipate meeting the person or group of people today who are willing to use their power, wealth, and influence to help me achieve my dreams. All day long, people will go out of their way to bless me. Today, I will add great value to someone's life. I will show compassion to those in need. I will give strength to the weak and inspiration to the weary. Someone needs what I have to offer, and I gladly make myself available. I embrace abundance. and it embraces me. I am abundant in every good way. I am an abundance magnet. I like money, and it likes me. It's attracted to me, and it comes abundantly from many sources. I circulate God's money wisely because it's a tool to empower those in need. It's also a way of keeping score of how many people's lives I added value to. I believe I am blessed to be a blessing. So money flows freely and frequently from expected and unexpected sources in exchange for the value that I consistently bring to the marketplace. I may have been broke, busted, and disgusted, but now I declare by the grace of God, I'm rich, growing, and overflowing. My business is booming. Checks are zooming. I'm happy on purpose. I'm experiencing great victories, supernatural turnarounds, miraculous breakthroughs in the midst of great impossibilities. I am an overcomer. If my mountain can be removed, I'll develop and practice my mountain climbing skills. I may experience a setback. Setbacks are only setups for comebacks. Setbacks pave the way for comebacks. I make lemonade out of life's lemons, and if life dares to knock me down, I'll fall on my back, realizing as long as I can look up, I can get up. I commit to paying for my dreams of preparation and perspiration so I won't have to live with my nightmares of regret. I do not procrastinate because procrastination leads to devastation. It is the assassination of my destination. Thus, I will act now. I'm a doer. I get results to last. I now release the champion that is inside of me. I'm the leader that multitudes of people are looking for, so I choose to succeed today and every day hereafter. Watch out, world, here I come. Or in this context, watch out, world, here we come. So I want us to take a deep breath, symbolizing that we're breathing in this that's been spoken. Ready? And let it out your mouth. All righty. Well, a couple prayer requests real quick. I need you to pray for one of our members, Nina. Her mother passed away during the holiday, and so let's keep her in prayer. They'll be having the homegoing service here. She's here in the Dallas area. Nina Graham, who's one of our ambassadors, on her way to just around the corner from Global Ambassador. And so Nina Graham, you remember her and the family in prayer. We would sure appreciate that. And also this weekend, we'll be out in California at speaking for a Relevant Church with Pastor John Belima, and he's flying me out there. His endeavor is he's got 1,000 attendees, and he wants all of them to sign up this weekend for the 21-day breakthrough challenge. So just be in prayer that God will just move in a mighty way. And obviously people have a free will, but the pastor wants folks to move together as a group. As a matter of fact, write this down. It was, what's his name? Archimedes, who said, if I had a lever long enough and a prop strong enough, I could single-handedly move the world, okay? So here's the Dr. Breakthrough version of that. Remember I said you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you must put your own rims on it. Come on, somebody, because somebody going to get it just for your rims. So here's the way I put it. If I had a lever long enough, a prop strong enough, and a team united enough, we could move the world. Write that down. So if I had a lever long enough and a prop strong enough, a team united enough, we could move the world. So my friend, we're going to have a tag team today. Our crown ambassador, I like to call him the Roger Bannister of the Breakthrough Bible Dream Team, Les Carter, who's broken through so many barriers. And Les, we're going to do a tag team. But real quick, you've got to just give that testimony. I just love hearing your testimonial, man. So do that real quick, and then we'll get right into this lesson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, it's a plum pleasing pleasure to come to the front of the call this morning and give an accurate report on purpose. Before Shop Free Mart in early April, I was suffering with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, neuropathy, high cholesterol, aches and pains in my body, obesity, and along came a friend from the 90s. I hadn't talked to him since the 90s. I sent several texts and messages back and forth since that time, but never had a live conversation with him. Tiger L sent me some information about Sharp Free Mart products. I say, hey, look like some good products. But when you start talking about the business, I did what most people would do, Google it, and found some very negative stuff, which I had to humble myself and overcome. I just said, man, get on the inside. It's free. Get the inside story, which I did. But I started out with the hydration drops, the Vitalize, and once I met Lily Flom for dinner one day and showed her my foot, my right foot, while neuropathy was present. I had injured it in a dream where I literally kicked to defend myself in my dream, but I literally kicked and hit the wall next to the bed. Now a foot with neuropathy is injured. If you don't understand the impact of the danger of that, what happens when you have neuropathy, when you have an injury, it doesn't heal fast. It doesn't heal at all. And consequently, gangrene set in, and what the doctors prescribe for that is amputation. They amputate starting from the toes, come all the way up, and then one foot, and then maybe the other. In my case, it was at the one foot that was damaged at this point. But they can't stop the gangrene. They can just deter it flowing through the rest of your body and usually end up in death. So when I met Lily Flom, she told me to add the nano cards. And I did. I cut one in half as she instructed me, put one in my right, under my right foot in my sock or near the toes. Did the same thing in my right. Put 2 cards in my right, one in my right pocket, one in my left pocket. And by the end of that day, I noticed the sensation, the numbness, the tingling, the pain in my toes had gone. And in some other areas of my body, a torn meniscus in my right knee, lower back pain, shoulder pains, things of that sort, was dissipated. Now, fast forward, 30 days later, I'm at the nail salon getting a pedicure. And I looked down, and the bloodshot under my toes was gone. That foot had severely darkened. It had lightened up. And I said, oh, my God. Now, Liddy had the wisdom to take the picture of this foot when it was injured. And I had the wisdom to take the picture afterwards, after it was healed. And I went from that situation, from taking 10 prescription drugs to taking 0 prescription drugs in 30 days. Another time I added I did this in reverse. Then I got the 21-day breakthrough challenge. And the second time I went through it was May the 3rd. So from May the 3rd to May the 24th, by this time I had also listened to the 10-day advanced breakthrough challenge. And I took the fast, miracle fast, as Dr. Breakthrough explained it. And in 21 days, I lost 28 pounds. So that started a journey. And of course, now I take all the products, and it's amazing the amount of health. I recommend the products. I give the products away to people that are struggling. If I could add this, Dr. Breakthrough, I think this will be helpful. At church, there was a lady who had only one kidney. She had gotten a kidney transplant. And that's bad for a person with only one kidney. So she had gotten taught the gospel. I baptized her. And subsequently, she was telling me, because another brother in the church had donated a kidney to a brother, to a cousin of him that's a preacher, and say when they get colds and stuff, it's like pneumonia when you have one kidney. So we have been praying for this brother, and she came up to me and she said, you know what? I only have one kidney, but I didn't donate one. I was a recipient of one. And I've been having this cold for 3 weeks. And I said, come go to the car with me. I got a gallon of the distilled water, put some hydration drops in it, and said, when you get home, you put this in a glass container. I had about a half container of the pure silver. Listen carefully. I said, open your mouth. She trusted me. She did. I dropped it, a whole dropper full in her mouth. I said, now you take the rest of this and continue to take it, at least 2 times a day. 2 days later, I hadn't heard from her, so I texted her. I said, hey, how are you feeling, Roxanne? She said, oh, my God. All of that cold and congestion is gone. How do I get some of that stuff? Then here, my new girlfriend has a daughter named Audrey. She works at the hospital. She got up one morning and she was talking about how her throat was so same thing. I said, Audrey, open up your mouth. I dropped some. I said, this is pure silver. Now she just telling me this yesterday. She said, you know what? I didn't tell you, but when I got to work, I didn't even have a sore throat anymore. I'm telling you, we have some impact products. So you just need to carry some with you. Dr. Breakthrough, I say we've been here listening. You can't sell from an empty wagon. You can't demonstrate from an empty wagon.
Ooh.
And the demonstration enhances your presentation. Matter of fact, you don't have to say nothing. If you help a person in pain or sick and immediately they start feeling better, they should hurt you down. Normally they won't, because I had to follow up with the first person. But she say, I'm going to get some of the products. So, man, these products are awesome, awesome, awesome. Just listen and learn. People will tell you, if you listen, a lot of people are sick and struggling. They in pain. They got cold. They got, you look at their eyes. The eyes are red. That means they probably have an allergy problem. I can go on and on and on, but you didn't ask me to do all that. So that's my testimony, and I'm sticking to it.
And some of them made New Year's resolutions, and so there was more people in the gym yesterday than it was a day or two before. So this is the time. Hit them while they're hot, right? So, all righty, Les. Well, let's jump into this real quick, man, and
all right.
Make this thing do what it does.
Make it do what it do. Well, first of all, man, how encouraging it is, Dr. Breakthrough, for you to agree to do a tag team with me. So here's what I know.
All righty, man. Well, let's tag it, bro, because you the Roger Bannister of the team.
Yes,
see,
sir.
You broke
seven lessons. 7 lessons we learned from the geese. I want you to visualize a geese flying in the sky. The sky is blue in the background, and all you see are these black figures, geese flying in a V formation. You got that in mind? A V formation. Mm-hmm. And with this, we're gonna have a conversation about the lessons that we learned. First lesson that we learned from observation, sharing a common goal. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates uplift. You like that?
Uh-oh.
An aerodynamics orientation that reduces air friction for the birds that follow. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock achieves 70% greater flying range than if each bird flew alone. The lesson we can learn here is that people who share a common direction and goal can get there quicker with less effort because they benefit from the momentum of the group moving around them. Make sure your team is aligned toward a common goal. So, Dr. Breakthrough, in reflection, how would you respond to that?
Well,
sharing a common goal.
Well, the common goal, again, is to empower, create win-win-win scenarios. So we're just looking for people that like to get healthier, wealthier, wiser, or all three. But, the Bible says 2 are better than 1. So 1 will chase 1,000, 2 will put 10,000 to flight. So when we have this focus following, again, with John Austin's vision, now think about this, with John Austin's vision, which, again, I'm able to serve and to align with his vision because my vision and can fit within his vision because I'm entrusted by God to empower 1 million people by the year 2024 to experience one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. So the 21-day breakthrough challenge now was brought into Shop Free Mart. So now I get to every person that goes, that 1 million people that I'll reach, they can be also part of Shop Free March that helps John Austin with the vision that he has of empowering people and instead of people being hurt, used, abused, and scammed, actually being treated with kindness and being made part of the team. But this is incredible because every day here on this Uplift Breakthrough Leadership call, that's what you're doing, folks. When you're getting on this call, we're flying together in formation, and together, as he mentioned, we're going to be able to achieve 70% greater flying range than if we each flew alone. So Coach by himself, he's done some great things, doing great things. And Les, same thing. And Apostle Burrell. I mean, we can go on and on. Bishop Neal, all these great leaders. James Dennis and Coach Ken, Michelle Jackson, Jimmy and Charles Parr. We can go to Nick Wilcox and Elder Dennis Jones and Sharon Taylor, Bernard Mallory, 3B, James Hall, Darrell Davis. I mean, all these different powerful people, Phil, KM, all these different leaders, Garland. I mean, Willie Langley just turned 87. Congratulations. And on. Marvelous Mary. I mean, all these but we come together as a group now. We can accomplish a whole lot more together as a group than any one of us could accomplish by ourselves. And so the power of, as you mentioned, sharing a common goal. Let's go to the next one.
All right, the next one is increasing visibility. That's what you want to write down. Increasing visibility. Flying in a V formation increases the visibility of every goose can see what's happening in front of them. Let me repeat that. Flying in a V formation increases the visibility of every goose because every goose can see what's happening in front of them. The lesson here is to make our organization visible in both organizational chart and direction. Having top-down visibility enable leaders to stay connected with the edges of the organization to make better informed decisions. Bottom-up visibility enable team members to see the higher, bigger picture, engages them, and empowers them to better align themselves with the organization objectives. I want to call this leading by, I want to add something, leading by example. And there's no better person to talk about this than Dr. Stan Harris, who has broken barriers and gone places where no man has ever gone before. So, Dr. Breakthrough, increasing visibility. Share with us, please.
Well, the word became flesh and dwelt among us. So our words must become flesh. And the beautiful thing about this, I appreciate the compliments and so forth, but it's not me, it's the God in me. That's the same God that's in you. And that's one of the things we want to stir you up to understand, that, my friend, that again, this is a God thing. See, there's no big I's and little U's. There's just a big God who wants to use you. But the key is, my friend, we got to get ourselves out the way, and we got to start making our words, our lives rather, match our words. See, I'd rather see a lesson than hear one any day. I'd rather one should walk with me than merely point the way. The eyes of better people, more willing than the ear, find counsel is confusing, but examples always clear. The best of all the teachers are the ones who live their creeds. For to see the good in action is what everybody needs. For I may misunderstand you, and the good advice you give, but there's no misunderstanding how you act and how you live. And so sometimes things are better caught than taught. So let's go on to the next thing.
Yes, sir. The next thing, I really love this. Listen carefully. Write this down. Take your humble pill. It's called having humility to seek help. When a goose falls out of formation, Dr. Stan Harris, it suddenly feels the friction of flying alone. It then quickly adjusts its mistakes and moves back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front of it. The lesson we can learn here is to be humble and to admit the challenges we face and to seek help as soon as we get stuck. Let me repeat that. The lesson we can learn here is to be humble, to admit the challenges we face and to seek help as soon as we get stuck. This humility will enable you, your team, and your company to move faster and achieve more. Wow. What you got to say, Dr. Breakthrough?
Proverbs 4:13, a memory scripture that I was meditating on. It says, take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her. Now here's the key, for she is thy life. Ooh. Wow. Take fast hold. And if you're not humble, you can't take fast hold of instruction, right? Like who they think they are. I'm as anointed as they are, trying to tell me something. No, see, each of us got blind spots where we can't, other people can see, and we cannot see those blind spots. And that's why we've got to have folks, my friend, around us that we will listen to. And so Proverbs 4:13, take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. And so could that mean that death starts occurring when you let go of instruction and you can't be instructed and you can't listen and you can't absorb? And so, my friend, so we've got to have, again, this humble spirit. The Bible says, he that covereth his sin shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh shall have mercy. But when you think about building a team, it's like, again, when one of the goose falls out of formation, okay, then guess what, my friend? It just quickly adjusts the mistake and moves back. And so, again, my friend, the mistakes will happen, right? Shortcomings, you'll have those. But guess what, my friend? Just get it right and just get back. That's all. Just and don't allow the so-called shame to say, well, you know what? I'm just out. I just messed up. No. If anything, if you feel some shame, it's like I shouldn't have done this, whatever else. Okay, now make up for it, my friend. Get back in formation and do even more. Let's go to the next one, Les.
Yes, sir. Number 4, empowering others to lead.
Wow.
When the lead goose in the front gets tired, do y'all think, Dr. Brett, you probably think he never gets tired. I know that's what you're probably thinking. He rotates back into the formation and allows another goose to take the leadership position. The lesson here is to empower others to also lead. Micromanaging and keeping tight control will burn you out. It will also disengage and demotivate others around you. People have unique skills, abilities, capabilities, and gifts to offer. Give them autonomy, trust, and a chance. Give them autonomy, trust, and a chance to shine, and you will be surprised with the outcomes.
I'm telling you,
empower others to lead.
Yes, and really, and that's what the whole success line philosophy, Les, empowers people to do. See, the old folks with the upline and downline, upline's a false sense of superiority and downline's a false sense of inferiority. But no, sir, not here. We got a success line, which means each of us create the success for the rest of us. So some of us, what they would call upline, we don't go those terms. We say senior success line. Now, senior's not above. Senior just means senior got here before. And the so-called, what they call downline, we don't use those terms because words are powerful. We use the term junior success line because junior is not below us. Junior is just a few steps behind. And if we could reach back and help junior to take the steps, then that would push us up to where senior. So I'm telling you, my friend, here we have one huge success line where each of us creates a success for the rest of us. And we each understand the different gifts and talents and abilities that we have. Because again, it's not us. It's about the God who's in us. And so I said it before, there's no big I's and little U's. It's just a big God who wants to use you. Now, he has an order and so forth. But I'm telling you, my friend, I'm telling you, when you understand and you know that the same God who blessed you and gave you gifts has also given other gifts and talents and abilities to others. And as a matter of fact, I love it. I love it when I can see folks on the team shining and showing. So why? Because my friend, as you mentioned, this thing is about, it's a we thing, not a me thing. It's about us, not about I. Next thing.
Yes, sir. Number 5, always recognizing great work. The geese honk to recognize each other and encourage those in front to keep up their speed. The lesson here is to make sure we praise people and give them the recognition they deserve. Lack of recognition is one of the main reasons teammates are unsatisfied with their work and they sometimes quit because of that. It's very common for people's effort to go unnoticed by their peers in a busy and fast-moving work environment. However, remembering to constantly provide recognition and encouragement is vital and keeps teams motivated to achieve their goals.
Well, you know, Les, that's why a lot of times in corporate America, that's the big difference. I love the difference in a home-based business because a lot of times you don't get much recognition until you do something wrong. Here, my friend, you know, here we've learned to go ahead and build each other up and give each other the props, right? And not only that, like I teach people, don't just compliment what people have attained. Don't just compliment what people have done, but compliment even their attempts. See, when you see somebody even attempting to do a good thing, so giving that proper credit, my friend, and giving recognition, because with recognition, as you've heard me say, babies cry for it, teenagers will lie for it, some women will vie for it, and men will even die for it. And so,
Wow.
so there's nothing wrong. I mean, see, it's nothing wrong. It doesn't make you less of a person by recognizing someone else's greatness, because again, it's the God in them that's shining through. And the Bible says, "As a finding pot to silver and a furnace to gold, so is a man to his praise." And so, praise helps to bring out the best in a person. And I'm telling you, if we would learn to praise and give proper compliments to our children, to our spouses, to our team members, even to perfect strangers, I'm telling you, it would make you more likable. And my friend, it would make what you have more, how would you say, appealing to what people have. Because because people like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And people like to do business with people that they, watch this now, feel like them. Let me say it again. People like to do business with people that they feel like them. And
Wow.
so when you're able to give that gift, right? Give the gift of telling someone, I like to, by the way, also call it being a gossiper of good news. So even when I hear somebody else say something good about somebody else, like the other day, so I got a text while the coach was teaching. They're like, "Man, this is so good." So what I do, I sent that to coach. Say, "Coach, man, here's what so-and-so said about you," right? And he texted me, "Man, thanks." So we ought to be gossipers of good news, but we also ought to be ones who are willing to give those compliments. And now I'm not talking about getting exaggerating, blowing stuff out of proportion, right? Like, but I'm saying giving that proper recognition, and not just recognizing things that people have done, but recognizing their attempts. Because sometimes people are attempting to do things, and it may not come out the way they wanted, but the very attempt, that means they were. So we need to recognize that. Next thing,
number 6, offering support in challenging times. When a goose gets sick or wounded, 2 geese drop out of formation and follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it dies or is able to fly again. Then they launch out with another formation or catch up with the flock. The lesson here is to stand by each other in difficult times. It's easy to always be part of a winning team, but when things get difficult and people are facing challenges, that's when your teammates need you most. Dr. Brady just demonstrated that. He started out by asking us to pray for a team member. So you go ahead and say something.
Yeah, we definitely need, and that's, don't just say that we're going to pray. Let's go ahead and pray for Sister Nina Graham. And, if some of you want to text and ask me for the number, I'll definitely send it. You can also talk to her. But I think that's what separates true winning Bible-based teams, because the Bible says, "Bear ye one another's burdens," right? That's what separates us from the others. And that is, in other teams, as long as everything's going good, they praise you, pat you on the back. But as soon as you can't perform, as soon as something's not going right, and all of a sudden they forgot about you, right? And see, but here with a kingdom environment, it's like when you understand the power of God, there's no, listen, 1,000,000 sins nor 1,000,000 acts of righteousness which change God's love for you. So why do we as mere humans act any different? I mean, so listen, my friend. So I'm telling you. So when you see of people hurting, jumping in there, and that's why again, I thank God when the Harrises, Howard and Cynthia Harris, who by the way did a television show the other day, they TV stars now. Go ahead now, Apostle Barry Burrell, the TV star. But anyway, but watch this. But when they made Crown, and unfortunately, we was on another call. And I opened it up and said, "Hey, that's good. Congratulations." There was 28 people on that call. Only 2 people congratulated them, and one of them was Gloria Gillum, who her mother was at the point of death. It was a day before her mother passed away, and Gloria jumped on that call, jumped on to give them congratulations. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. And yet on our call, when we did it, everybody was, congratulations. So that's one of the things I love about being part of this team, where where, again, there's no haters, haters, having animosity toward everyone reaching success. No, we got celebrators over here. So, all right, let's hit this last one to close it out.
This last one, number 7, staying committed to core values and purpose. The geese migration routes never vary. They use the same route year after year. Even when the flock members change, the young learn the route from their parents. In the spring, they will go back to the spot where they were born. The lesson to learn here is to stay true to our core values and purpose. Strategies, tactics, and products may change in order for an organization to remain agile. But great companies always stick to their core purpose and values and preserve them with vigor. Meaningful excellence is maintaining a strong sense of purpose at all times and in all circumstances.
Wow.
Help us out, Dr. Breakthrough.
That's integrity right there. That's integrity. And that's, again, remember what we're all about. We're always going to be about, my beautiful wife, my ABCD. We say if it's not win, 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 we're not in. But whenever it's win, 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 we're all the way in. And folks, every transaction, every business, everything, every decision, it always has to be about creating a win, 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 and not a big win for you and little win for them. No, win, win, win all the way around. And I'm telling you, that is what's going to make the difference. And so the philosophy, the core value, as you mentioned, just stay in the course. And that's one of the things, when you think about that, I always think about Apostle Barry Burrell, just committed, faithful, just like you set your clock. Day in, day out, there it is, right? And staying committed to those core values. I think about also Coach 100K, right? He's going to empower 100,000 families or more to enjoy the 6 or 7-figure lifestyle. Again, it's not the money, but it's what the money allows you to do. And my friend, we're going to stick by that. So again, if it's not win, 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 we're not in. So here's one of the things I developed years ago. And that is, I've dedicated my life to educating, empowering, and elevating people to break through any barrier that would hinder their success. And I do that by empowering them to break to the best version, or at least a better version of themselves. Everything I do in my life has to fit through that filter. If it doesn't, it don't matter how much money, it doesn't matter. No, it's got to fit within that. And so you have to have that purpose. You have to have be on schedule like that and stay consistent. And Les, these are 7 powerful things that as the team, we implement these. As individuals and in our families, imagine the ripple, imagine the difference we can make in people's lives for the glory of God. Because again, it's all about the kingdom. Coach 100K, what you got to say?
Man, I'm telling you, I'm empowered, bro. This is incredible. That was some good stuff right there. That was so powerful. Just hearing about how they advantage themselves flying in formation. And one thought came to my mind when you guys were saying that was that most leaders, unsuccessful leaders, want to be needed, but a great leader wants to be exceeded. And when you was talking about,
Say that again.
Most leaders like, man, I say, I can't even do the presentation. Where's coach? Oh, they need me. No, most leaders want to be needed, but great leaders want to be exceeded. And when you said teaching others to empowering others to fly and lead the formation was most impactful for me, guys. I'm gonna take that. I'm empowered. Shark.
Shark. Wow. And always remember here on this team, like I said, obviously there's a certain formation. There's God puts leaders and so forth, but each and every last one of you, that's why we call this a leadership call. You, each and every one of you are trained and being trained to be leaders. And 2 Timothy 2:2, and the things which thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou unto faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. And so, we got such powerful people on this call, like Dr. Katrina Ferguson, like Dr. Sonia Ham, others Bimbla. I see a Bimbla. By the way, I love that name of Bimbla. I always had problems pronouncing it. One day I asked him what his name meant, and he said Bimbla means born in the wealth. I was like, oh, I'll never forget that one again. I said, I need to change. That's my name, my spiritual name of Bimbla. I was born in the wealth. First time, Coach, I was born to a poor family, but the second time I was born into the richest family. Come on, somebody.
Come on.
But again, that's what I love here. Like any given moment, like we got so many different people who just call and say, hey, look, could you take the call tomorrow? Hey, could you do this? You make sure you take care of this. Could you? And it's done. It's done. And that's what a real great team is all about. It's not about one powerful leader or one great team player. No, it's about each and every team player realizing that in each and every right, you are great. And it's always about God shining through us. And that's what this is all about. So for this beginning of the year, the beginning of this decade, this is great for each and every one of us. And Coach, again, we appreciate you, man. And oh my goodness, what awesome, leadership, the humility that you exemplify is just astounding. And so we appreciate you, man. Appreciate this. The ability of people and thinking about on this team of working together and working for a common goal and cause. And again, it's about empowering and lifting other people up. And more importantly, the kingdom assignment that I have, and that is advancing the kingdom. And so before I preached for Pastor Burrell Sunday, and my wife leaned over, she always does, and she said, baby, keep the kingdom. It's all about the kingdom. And so, wow. So I'm glad to be part of a company and a team that says, hey, that's what it's all about. It's all about him.